Hi, welcome to Main Street Macro. I'm Neela Richardson, and I'm joining you for the first time from the office. This week, we are going to answer a question that has plagued business owners and economists all year. Where are all the workers? With upwards of 8 million people still sidelined by the pandemic, it's hard to square that number with the growing number of companies that are reporting challenges in hiring. Some analysts have pointed to enhanced unemployment insurance benefits as a reason why workers aren't seeking new job opportunities. But actually, the reasons could be more complicated than that, including lack of affordable daycare and ongoing health concerns. So, here are three things that Main Street businesses need to know about labor shortages. Number one, there is no standard definition of a labor shortage. Typically, economists define a labor shortage as when there is more demand for a certain job, occupation, or in a certain sector than there is the supply of workers willing to do that job at the prevailing wage. And there has been no shortage of anecdotal evidence of challenges in hiring. We've heard from restaurants to trucking industry to manufacturers. And it seems like a broad spectrum of industries are reporting challenges. But yet, anecdotal evidence is important, but not enough to really define a labor shortage. There are three other factors you have to look at. One, is employment growth taking off in that sector or for that occupation? Two, are you seeing an increase in wages? That's a big sign that there could be a labor shortage. And three, are you seeing a decline or very low unemployment rate? That's how you kind of know that a labor shortage is actually existing. The second thing to keep in mind is that firms may not actually be impacted by the quantity of available workers, but by the quality. This is often commonly referred to as the skills gap, where firms might have to look at less experienced workers or workers with the wrong experience and have to retrain and reskill those workers to do the job. And so that could be a complicating factor in this labor shortage, along with the second trend that we're seeing currently, which is a broader acceptance of remote work. That means firms can no longer be as selective in their own local markets because they're competing with other companies nationally or even globally. Now, there is a third factor that Main Street businesses should know about labor shortages, and that is timing is everything. Early on in the recovery, it was relatively easier for a firm owner just to recall a laid off or furloughed worker. Nowadays, you might have to build new pipelines, reach out to new employees, and that takes time. And for workers, if you're looking to make a switch that leads to a higher pay, you might have to switch sectors or industries or even job functions. And again, that takes time. So the takeaway from Main Street is that, yes, labor shortages do exist, but they're likely to be temporary as both workers and firms readjust to the new post pandemic labor market. Thank you for joining the Main Street Macro for this week. For more insights and information on the week ahead, please go to adpri.org.